Understanding a plant cell is just like baking a cake. There are many different ingredients that contribute to the cake, just as there are different organelles that contribute to the plant cell.
The icing on the cake is just like a cell wall on the plant cell. The cell wall is a strong supporting layer around the cell membrane. Its shape supports and protects the cell. The cytoplasm is the portion of the cell outside the nucleus.
The cattails on a cake represent the cell membrane in a cell. A cell membrane is a thin, flexible barrier that surrounds the cell. It regulates materials entering and leaving the cell and protects and supports the cell.
The green Laffy Taffy represents the nucleus of the cell. A nucleus is a large structure that contains genetic material in the form of DNA. It controls most of the cell activities.
The Hershey Kiss in the Laffy Taffy represents the nucleolus in the nucleus. The nucleolus is a small, dense region within the nucleus. The nucleolus is where the assembly of ribosomes begin. The junior caramels represent the ribosomes in the cell. Ribosomes are small particles of RNA and protein found throughout the cytoplasm in all cells. Ribosomes produce proteins by following coded instructions that come from DNA.
The green airhead with the green dots in it represents the chloroplast in the cell. Chloroplast is a biological equivalent of solar power plants. It captures the energy from sunlight and converts it into food that contains chemical energy in a process called photosynthesis. The red sour spaghetti on the cake represents the Golgi body in the cell. The Golgi body is the organelle that produced proteins move into. The Golgi body modifies, sorts, and packages proteins and other materials from the endoplasmic reticulum for storage in the cell or release outside the cell.
The cherry bite-sized Twizzlers on the cake represent the mitochondria in the cell. It is the power plant of the cell. It connects the chemical energy stored in food into compounds that are more convenient for the cell to use. The Hubba Bubba Squeeze Pop on the cake is just like a vacuole in a plant cell. It is a large sac-like structure. Vacuoles store materials like water, salts, proteins, and carbs. In many plant cells, such as this one, there is such a single large vacuole filled with liquid.
The icing on the cake is just like a cell wall on the plant cell.
The Hubba Bubba Squeeze Pop on the cake. There we go!